What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of Destiny 2 coverage, and this is going to be a live video today. We're at the new tower in Destiny 2 after you finish the campaign and beat Gaul, and today we're going to be checking out the Faction Rally, the free live event that Bungie has put into Destiny 2, which I have a few concerns about, but I'm going to wait to get into this before I talk about them. The Faction Rally is basically an event where you pledge your allegiance to a faction in the game, whether it's Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, or the Future War Cult, and then you complete events in the game, public events, the Raid, Crucible, whatever you want to do to earn tokens for your faction. And at the end of the event, when all the people have turned in their tokens, whichever faction has got the most tokens, they're going to do a special weapon reward that everyone can buy for 50,000 Glimmer from whichever faction wins that. So, interestingly enough, the three factions that were in Destiny, the major factions, New Monarchy, Dead Orbit, and Future War Cult, were not featured in Destiny 2 when it first launched, which is kind of baffling to me since they were such a major part of the original game. The Vanguard returned, Shaxx returned for the Crucible, but you did not have the actual factions from the city in the original game. So again, to me, this already reeks of Bungie pulling stuff out of the game to start with and then putting it back in. I'm not sure why you would take the factions who were in all 3 years of the first Destiny, suddenly pull them out of Destiny 2, and then 2 weeks later, oh, hey guys, we're doing this awesome free content event for you. Here's your factions back, essentially. Now, Bungie made a real big habit of doing this in Destiny 1, stripping content out of the game, bringing it back in a year later, or whenever they wanted to do an update. We all remember how they made all the Year 1 content irrelevant, and they brought it back for Age of Triumph, how they said the Gjallarhorn was going away and was not going to be in the game anymore, and then they brought it back as a selling point for Rise of Iron. So this is not a surprise, this is nothing new, and I know people are going to say, oh, you're complaining about something that's free. Well, it may be free, but it is incredibly lazy, and just reeks of more of the same Bungie Activision garbage that plagued the first Destiny. So let's talk to Executor Hideo so I can get off my tangent here. So you can pledge your allegiance to your factions now. You'll have to go through a little spiel from all of them first, a little mini quest, and then it will tell you, exactly what you can do here. You can pledge your allegiance. I believe this is permanent, so you want to probably think very carefully before you do this on your character. And then you actually can take a look at the winner's offerings if this faction wins the event. So right here we have the New Monarchy event weapon. So this is a special event, right? You would think Bungie would pull out all the stops and maybe give us some unique designs on some of these weapons. No, this is a reskin of a weapon that is in the game that actually drops as a green common weapon that you actually get about 5 minutes into the game in the European Dead Zone from Devrim K, or from one of the random fallen mobs that's around the European Dead Zone. You get one of these like level 2. All this is a reskin with a New Monarchy paint job and a higher power level. That's kind of lazy. That is lazy. That is ridiculous. But it's typical. I'm not surprised at all with that coming from Bungie at this point. So let's see, I'm gonna fast travel to the courtyard, and we're gonna run over and check out the other two factions to see what they have to offer. My game, what on earth just happened here? Okay, so we've apparently frozen. There we go. That's an interesting glitch, even for Bungie. Alright, so let's run over into the hangar. You can see over here, Future War Cult and New Monarchy. Now, surprisingly enough, these faction areas were already in the game when it came out. When you first unlocked the new tower, you could run through and actually explore them. But, like I said, for some reason, Bungie held back the vendors. I'm not sure why. And let's run up here into the Future War Cult area. Talk to their vendor. Kind of the same deal here, and let's take a look at what their special weapon is. It's a pulse rifle, which, not surprisingly, is a reskin of another weapon that drops fairly often in the game. So, again, all they did was slap a special paint job on what it drops as like a blue rare weapon most of the time. So, again, just incredibly lazy content. As I've said in the past with Destiny, yes, they do update content so often, but when it's not really meaningful content and it's something that you just kind of slap in there and then you want to be praised for it, I have a big problem with that. I think it's just laziness. It's terrible design. And we have Dead Orbit again, and yes, yeah, I can already tell I've gotten this weapon as well. This is a reskin. Actually, this is a pretty bland reskin. There's not much to it. Pretty weak paint job there. So yeah, nice job, Bungie, on this special event with the special so-called reward weapon that you want everybody to work so hard towards and grind so much to get. Doesn't really look that special. All right, let's see if we can fast travel without glitching this time. I'm actually going to pledge to a faction. I did it again. It did it again. Alright, let's see if we can somehow get out of this. Did last time. This is funny. Alright, there we go. So, I guess fast travel is bugged in the tower. That's pretty hilarious. But we'll go back downstairs. Monarchy spot. If I can remember where it is, I think I have to keep going down this way. Oh, there we go. And I'm actually going to go ahead and pledge to New Monarchy. My Titan was New Monarchy in the original Destiny, so I'll go ahead and I just want to see if this is going to open up the vendor items and show their gear. So let's go ahead and we're going to we gotta hold it down. Alright, we're going to pledge allegiance to the New Monarchy. And we got an emblem, a new milestone added, faction rally, destroy enemy supplies and lock sectors of the European Dead Zone today. So I guess it's not going to show me any type of gear inventory. That is a real shame, because I kind of wanted to see it, but I'm pretty much expecting them to all be reskins of items that are currently in the game. Nothing too unique about any of this so far. But yeah, it's very disappointing that all Bungie decided to do here was just drop some reskins in the game, the supposed free event. I wonder if they're going to take the vendors away after this event and then bring them back from time to time like Iron Banner. That would really be kind of funny. But again, I have a little bit of an issue with them holding back content at the game's release, only to about 2 or 3 weeks later say, oh hey guys, we're going to give you the faction vendors, check it out, it's this cool free event we're doing, it's going to be so much fun, and you're essentially going to be grinding all the same events that you do over and over again already to get a weapon that's essentially a reskin of something you've been getting a drop from the entire game so far. That's not really special or unique. So, just a really lazy job, Bungie. Really lazy. And I think this does not bode well for the remainder of Destiny 2's development cycle and other stuff they're going to bring into the game. Because they've pretty much shown already they're not going to put a whole lot of effort into it. When you have lazy content like this already an issue with the game's first, within the game's first few weeks, you've actually already got quite a few Destiny YouTubers talking about how there just isn't a lot to do in this game. I think people are really realizing fairly quickly that this game is pretty shallow. It looks like an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and then when you really get into the meat and potatoes of the game, it's very repetitive. It's very, meaningless content that you just do mindlessly over and over and over again, like you did with the first game. I haven't done my full official review of the game yet, but I'm working on it. I'm going to have it out here in a day or two. But my overall sentiment is, if you love Destiny, the first game, and you love doing the same crap over and over again, running on the hamster wheel, you're going to absolutely love this game. But if you were expecting Bungie to actually make a deeper, more involved, more narrative-focused game that kind of brought you into the world and immersed you in the characters and the amazing lore that they have outside of the game, that's not happening. So, you guys will hear more about that in my main review, but for right now, I just kind of wanted to check out this free event, show you guys what's going on with it, and kind of display how Bungie and Activision are already showing how lazy they are and how they want to just kind of reskin content and put content back in the game that should have been there in the first place, and then they want to get credit for it. Again, it's free, so there's that, but, free doesn't mean much when the content is so lazy. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on it down below, what you think about this event so far, what you think of Destiny 2 so far, and stay tuned for my full review on the game. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again next time.